Alright, so let's do this fun app again. So yesterday was Christmas, everything was closed, so there was no swimming. I did do 18 pull-ups, so because of my injury, I didn't do pull-ups for a month. Then I got back and did 17 without any weights. The max I could do without weights was 19. Yesterday, 12 days go by from the 17. I did 18 yesterday on Christmas. So, but I wasn't too sore. When I did the 17 and I didn't do it for a month, I was pretty sore. I could feel it the whole day. I could feel it a little bit, but not that much. So we did 250 sprint, same as before. The second one's going to be slow. I just know it. But the first one, who knows? We'll see what it is. But we can do the usual. Uh-oh. There's a cutoff on the second one. Is that true? Uh-oh. Did we accidentally cut it off or something? Guess we'll get to that. Did we record it in some low... Oh, shit. We might have recorded it in the wrong resolution. Well, that's fine, because we'll be able to do the multiplier thing on it or something like that. We'll figure that out. Actually, that's a good thing, because we'll improve the app to where it can take in different frame rates. I'm fairly certain I accidentally recorded not slow-mo. We could still figure it out or try to. Done. This is the first one, so that's the important one anyways. So we can do... Oh, by the way, this is the new feature. Because of, you can't see it, but because of your finger, you don't see the time bar next to the play button. So, beep, boop, you can turn it on and off, right? Not that it really matters, but it tells you how fast you're using the seek button. All right. Okay, so we're gone. Should have kept it there. So beep, beep, boop. The sun is in my eyes. Yeah, we usually did that one. So let's set start. And then let's go here. We can even press play. Oh shit, I messed it up. That's fine, that's fine. We'll go back to set start. Okay. Oh, that shouldn't have happened, hold on. Okay, well, this is how we test our product, guys. Well, the water's too splashy, but we'll do that, and then we'll have to get back to the... Yeah, because we pressed the wrong button. Sorry, everyone. Let's press play. Set start. It should be good now. 2304. Okay, look, I did pull-ups. I was a little bit sore, not that much. So, you know, but 2304 is not the best, but, you know, 2304 is still not horrible, especially since, again, I haven't been doing pull-ups in a while, and I could feel it. It's not horrible, but I could feel it. Now, the second one is going to be a problem, because, again, we recorded in slow motion. You know. Right, let's press the play button to see what's going on. This is real time. Yep. So we're gonna have to use the multiplier here, because this is not slow motion, it's in real time. And there we go. Isn't that wonderful? Can we get rid of the hold on. Sometimes I don't know what motion gets rid of the URL bar, but you know, it makes it a little bit bigger, but I don't know what the hell's going on here. You know what, let me reload, hold on. I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Alright. So that's okay, well, all right, fine. We'll have to figure that out. Then again, maybe this is as good as it gets because everything's so wonky. Okay, no. This is good, and then it becomes a little bigger because it's supposed to fill up the whole height. Okay, very good. Let me make myself just a tiny bit smaller. Okay, so once again, it's set to real time. Hopefully we get something. So this is not going to be as exact because this is either recording in 30 or 60 frames, and I think this is set to only accept it in 30. We'll figure that out. Well, let's just do this, okay? But this is how you test it. You got to test it. You got to test your own product. And let's see here. All right. What was that? I'm flying through the... Is that real, how fast it is in real? Are we... Wow. Yeah, this is like 30 frames a second. Yeah, you see how it's... Yeah. We were really spoiled with that slow motion, huh? And this might actually have been recorded in 60 frames, but this player is set to play in 30, regardless of the multiplier. Yeah. So we'll figure this out. This is good to know. Let's just set that. I'm still sort of on it. So set start. And then, am I already out of the water? Yeah, I'm already climbing out of a pool, basically. Wow, that is just so choppy with the 30 frames a second. That's insane. Okay. Yeah, I'm touching there. So set end. And that is 2366. Now, again, that's going to be off by a few hundredths because 30 frames a second is 0.03, right? Or something like that. So it's off by a few hundredths, but it's still fine. We're still going to call that 2366. Now, I think it was 2306 or 2303. It was 2300 something. It was a 23 something. So we're going to call, so that's not too bad. I thought the last one felt a lot slower. The second one felt so slow. I would have thought it'd be the usual time difference of a second, but it wasn't that much, but the first one was pretty slow. That's fine. After pull-ups, this is good. I like it. Okay. So 2366 is acceptable. We accidentally recorded it in 30 frames a second, which is great because, hey, you know, people are going to, if I ever release this, people are going to be using this with different kind of frames and is this 60 frames? So so that's the other concluding note is I actually, if you look at my Instagram page, I sometimes take pictures of out-of-state license plates because it's fun and not because it's autism. And also because it's fun and not because it's autism. I used AI to create a little web page for me where it allows me to go in the code and paste next to a state the Instagram URL, and it generates a map. It tells you that the state has a picture. You click it, there's an Instagram embed, and you can go to the Instagram. All right, I did that in a day basically. Okay, and what's really cool about that is it works. Like, it's a fun app. You can't really commercialize that at all. Maybe you could make a little bit of money on this, but you can't make it. It's just a fun little app, right? But I did that. Okay. And maybe you can do something like this for, I can do a couple other things like that. I'm really excited about this AI stuff. You know, it is a really wonderful tool to make. Like, all of this is built in AI. I can't do this. You know, I could maybe, in a very struggling way, maybe I could do the front-end design of this, maybe. But especially with, you got to float the buttons in the video player, it's like, forget that. And then you got to have some JavaScript to move the frames along like that. Nope, can't do it. But with AI, now I can. So the last 20 years, that has been my biggest struggle. Mein Kampf, really. If I had to write an autobiography, that's what I would title it. And the great struggle has been, I have great ideas, and it's so hard to find people who do back-end stuff well. You know, because they cost a lot. Programmers, like, I remember when we upgraded when I upgraded the content management system of the Antcon arcade, Initially, I had a guy do it for $600, which was a lot of money to me in those days, but it wasn't that much money overall even then. You could basically add games, you could take away games, you couldn't take away games, you could delete them to make it was a shitty thing, but it worked to the degree that $600 worth of programming would work. You know, when the site became huge, it was still using that crap system. I finally said, all right, let me try to find somebody to upgrade this system. I did it. It was an American company in what do you call it? In Missouri, I think. Now, they had some foreign programmers, but they understood English and everything. I even met with them. And like $10,000 later, many weeks later, it was like, okay, it kind of works, but then there are issues with it, and it was just a struggle, you know? If you really needed something, okay, fine, we'll hire somebody for it, but it was not fun to do. The results were mediocre. It took forever. And I could develop a little app like this. Now, it's not the same thing, but knowing I've now done this app, I've done the Instagram license plate thing that I'm going to be putting up, and I've done some other things. I'll talk about those later, okay? But knowing what I know, the $10,000 thing that took weeks, and I was pulling my hair out every single one of those days, that would take an afternoon to do. Okay, that would take it. So all the things that held me back before, it's gone. Front-end design is very easy to do with this. Some of the simpler back-end stuff is easy to do. I have lots of ideas, okay? So I'm actually very excited about AI. I've not felt this giddy in years about this, you know? Because all of the things that I could not do, AI, again, it's not 100%, it's an iterative process, but it's a back and forth that is much faster, much more productive than the back and forth I always had with programmers. You know, it's a lot less frustrating. And it's immediate, you know? So I really look forward to this because it is just something else. So anyways, we're going to continue making iterative changes here. We're going to make iterative changes elsewhere. And yeah, that's it.